So thank you for joining, and apologies there was a bit of a technical issue there. We'll make sure we improve on that for next time. But what we'll do, we'll go through introductions, a bit of our history and approach, and just who we are. But if you've been to one of these before, you'd have seen that. So I'll do a whistle-stop tour through that one. We'll just do a bit of an overview of Business Central, and then we'll do a step through. Business Central is quite hard to demo live, just in the way it's kind of structured, and it's such a comprehensive tool. But I prefer to do these as step throughs, a series of screenshots, etc. That seems to help us, go through these in the future. And then we'll do the benefits of Business Central as well. So we'll just do a quick slide on Business Central and what it is. And go from there. But any questions? There's only a few of us on the call, so feel free to jump off mute and just ask a question, how it works, how it could work, and I can take you through any of those things there. So just a bit about me, I guess, and Icotek. So started off in PMO in Welsh Water, did a little stint in project management in Lloyd's, worked in Babcock International Group as the head of projects, and then went out to Companies House, which was the first kind of gig for Icotek services. Icotek now, we're 15 people here in IcoHub in Cardiff in South Wales, and we work with the Department for Business, Energy, Industrial Strategy, ONS, ACAS, and IPO as well, and many more organisations across public sector and private sector here in the UK. Our approach to the way in which we operate is we always using the best tools and the best systems. We're collaborating, we're getting ideas, and we're kind of researching and getting information at all times, always innovating. And I think we've got the best people, and we like to collaborate in places like IcoHub, and we're always learning and sharing. So we're really passionate about sharing these things with a community of people, and sharing what we do with the individuals we work with, and people can consume that value and go and implement the Microsoft technology stack themselves as well. And it's all about relationships and networking, and to us that's delivering value at pace. All right, so really what we do in a nutshell is broken down into 4 sections really. So we've got solutions, which are custom business specific applications within Microsoft 365. We've got a set of products that are available on AppSource. So IcoPlan is our first product. It was on AppSource for about 2 days, and then we had to pause it because we had a challenge with installing that one. So that one's going to go back up at the end of this week. And then we've got a service line of business as well, which is support Microsoft 365, more generic kind of 365 support and iteration, and then consulting then, so helping our customers effectively deliver business change. So being a Microsoft Gold partner, we specialize really in project online, project for the web, and project operations, Power Apps, Power BI, and Dynamics 365, which Business Central falls into Dynamics 365. But of course, being a partner and all the solutions we deliver, we have to have expertise in OneDrive, Power Automate, Teams, SharePoint, Exchange Online, and a number of other applications that are in the Microsoft technology stack. So Business Central is really like Xero or Sage plus. It's the Microsoft equivalent of those type of financial solutions, but they're actually it's more comprehensive than that, a lot more comprehensive. We used to use Dynamics 365. So Dynamics 365 was the service that you could run multi-million-pound organizations on. They could global organizations, and Dynamics was really meant for multi-currency, multi-language, multi-time zone operations. And what Microsoft did was they paired back Dynamics 365 ERP into a modular approach. So now you've got kind of HR, you've got finance and operations, and you've got marketing, you've got all these modules from Dynamics 365. And what Business Central is a combination of the most simplistic but valuable offerings or features within 365 into a further refined, almost out of the box toolkit. But really it's about connecting your people and your processes in a single unified solution. So it's about sharing data quickly and allowing people to make informed decisions based on accurate data in one version of the truth. For example, sales reps are making field changes in the field to customer quotes. Well, that information is reflected in a profit and loss forecast on the fly. It's really about having accurate information at your fingertips. Decisions, I guess, are easier to make then as well. So it is about bringing it together, but utilizing the Power Platform, utilizing Microsoft Dynamics, A couple of other examples of the functionality and features in here. So PayPal, you can extend this to a PayPal service that allows the users to pay invoices and then that to be reconciled within Business Central, either via credit cards or by a standard PayPal transaction. And the other one is Yodel, is the bank feed that they use. So you can connect your bank feeds through Yodel, and then just like Xero, you can connect your Tide or your Lloyds bank account into Business Central and see all those items coming through, and then you can start reconciling them to bank accounts or account codes. And then the other one is synchronization of common data types. So, for example, customers, contacts, sales information, it's all up to date. It's all in one version of the truth. And what I really like about it is that you can use the Power Platform then as an extension to this service. So if you had like a little project management tool along the outside of this in 365 or a SharePoint list containing all your customers, well, that SharePoint list can be integrated with Business Central through the Power Platform and through the Common Data Service to really allow you to customize this little mini ERP system, which is what I like to call it. Business Central is a mini ERP. So yeah, and one of my problems, I guess, 12 months ago in Icotech was that we had Xero. We were using Xero as our financial accounting software, and then our projects were running kind of Icoplan or a project management solution, and there was no way of connecting those two data sources together other than an API that we had to build that wasn't brilliant. But Business Central kind of eradicates that problem, puts it all into one place, which is really useful. So in summary, it's about connecting your business, making smart decisions, and grow easily and as quickly as possible, really. In summary, Business Central is a business management solution. I guess it is for small and medium-sized organizations, but it is all about automation and streamlining business processes. And it's really there to help you manage your business, not to just be a financial system that you have to update for HMRC or payroll or tax. It's really about using a tool to operate and run your business, deliver the projects, purchase the inventory, sell the items, and market the items as well. It's a highly adaptable and rich with features. Business Central enables companies to manage their businesses, including finance, manufacturing, sales, shipping, project management, services, and more. So you've got like an SLA engine there as well. So it really is all encompassing. Companies can easily add functionality that is relevant to the region of operation, and that is customized to support even higher specialized industries. So if you do something that's a bit unique, you can use Business Central to manage that, really, with a bit of customization, because it isn't as complicated as Dynamics 365, and it isn't as locked down as something like Xero, for example. You try and change Xero, you just can't. You can't change certain attributes. So this is the kind of the use cases, I guess, of Dynamics 365 and Business Central. So you can do all things like make stock changes, you can set up a new company or multiple companies within your organization, you can automate accounts payable, reconcile bank accounts, consolidations, you can do shipping, intercompany transactions, the whole lot. You can go and install or set up in Business Central. But if I took you through all those, I think we'd be here all day and all year, and my capability only really stretches across the high level ones of these. So I've really picked out an owner, a use case as an owner, a use case as an accountant, and a use case as a project manager, just because being a project practitioner, I could probably do that. Being the owner of a business, I hope I can do that and put some kind of association to it. And working with accountants a lot, being the owner of a business, I think I can try and just take you through some steps of how Business Central helps those users in use cases of running a business. All right. So the steps through. So what we'll do is we'll just go through a series of screenshots and just walk through exactly how Business Central is used, and just go from there. If you've got any questions, just come off mute and ask me a question, and then also, or if not, put it in the chat window, and I'll come to it later on. But at the start, then it is available in multi-form factor, so you can use it on the kind of browser. You can use it on your phone, on your tablet, and it is really available everywhere. And I think that's one of the key parts of it, really. So the first use case is the owner. So we're going to gain a quick access to find financial reports and review the health of the company. Then we're going to look at identifying trends and opportunities, and then we're going to look at reviewing the customer history, and then we're going to look at more broadly managing the business. So to do this, we're going to use Dynamics 365 Business Central, some KPIs, some charts, and then a little bit of Power BI in there as well. All right. So I guess one of the challenges is priorities of any business owner is having a clear understanding of how the entire health of the business is, or what the entire health of the business is. Too often, business owners don't have a clear understanding of how they're going to do this with sales, inventory levels, inventory valuations, project overruns, and even the profit margins of the business as well. All right. So I guess this is where you land on Business Central, and there's obviously a wealth of information that's available here on the homepage. The business manager role, I guess, in this homepage is to display quick information, so you can quickly have access to, overdue purchase invoices amount, the sales quotes that are out at the moment, the purchase orders that are out at the moment, and the unprocessed payments. So it's really about having all this information in a dashboard. Now you can toggle through this in a live environment, and you can maximize and minimize the screen and set up all these like pages as you wish. Really, don't have to have it like this. If I scroll down, then the owner gets a quick glance of the key indicators that drive the business, right? So here you can see Power BI. If you've seen some of our Power BI webinars, you can embed these into the Business Central itself, but also a little chart. So this chart is actually driven by Power BI, but it's surfaced in Business Central as a component. All right. In addition to the rich data visualizations out of the box, embedding Power BI charts is easy and provides additional intelligent insights. So, as I say, you can bring these in. You can use the out of the box ones. You can really do what you want with it, really. So what we'll do is we'll go on to the next slide here. So intelligent cloud insights, you'll see this button on the top left hand side there, but that basically brings up using a bit of AI and a bit of predictive analytics. It kind of starts giving you insights, and Dynamics 365 does this in marketing, but 10 of your customers are late with their payments to you, 13 invoices weren't paid to you on time, and then it's kind of giving you some stats and some view telling you these are almost tasks, things, statuses and tasks, right? But also really here it's about having cash available. For me as a business, it's about saying what cash is available and what's the health of the business. And what's the insights here as well. All right. So what we'll do is we'll look at the cash available. So this is really in kind of a report that comes up then as a general ledger account, and it shows you all the categories in the general ledger. So it's saying cash here is 98,000 in this example. You've got inventory, you've got the liabilities, the equity, the stock, all those kind of attributes of any business that needs to be run is available in this page. All right. So after confirming the business is healthy, the owner decides, I guess in this example, to review additional intelligent cues and surface from Business Central. So you can do that in here. All right. I'm just going to try and click close. Here we go. So I guess this is about payments. So, the customer ledger entries. So this is about saying what payments and invoices are due. And you can see the document reference number here. And then what the original amount is, remaining amounts. If you've got part paid invoices, you can do that here as well. All right. This is back to the dashboard then that I kind of showed you at the start of the journey. And then you've got some insights here as well. So the best-selling item was Sydney Swivel Chair. Sydney Swivel Chair with 8 units sold. So this toggles through here, as you can see, it toggles through the insights. As you land on the page, or as different users land on the page. All right. So the next step is about identifying trends. So it can be quite difficult to identify trends, especially if you've got content in Xero or in Excel or in Power BI, like we have. Actually, having it in disparate systems is quite hard. So this is really all about creating the data, having access to the data in one space, really. So Power BI has a content pack for Business Central, and this is just an example of the content pack and what it looks like, really. So here you've got all these reports that come up along the bottom, and that all connects directly to Business Central. So all this information is coming out here. But you've got your gross margin, operating margin, and change by date as well. So you can see the trend of this going throughout this period. You've got total revenue stats and calculations, and so on and so forth. All right. You can keep going and keep going into all these kind of different reports. You can customize your own ones as well. So a lot of our customers will take the content pack from Business Central and they will customize them for their own user needs or their own specific requirements. This is a kind of an app, I guess, the Insights app that allows you to do more complex analysis and variance. It really is depending on how complex you want to go, and how detailed you want to interrogate the data in your system. But these are some of the existing kind of insights that are available, or quick insights they're called. And you can see they're more like cards, so you can pin these cards on here, or you can create different cards, and you can share those cards on different wall boards. For example, one of our customers has got like a wall board that you walk around the office and these cards rotate then over time. Obviously for more pertinent information than's on this demo at the moment. All right. So you can also do it in Excel, so Excel Online, which is really cool. So if you're, most accountants, most operational individuals will look at these kind of old Power Pivot tables, but really it's about connecting to that data. If you're not really wanting to use Power BI, you're more analyzing and kind of, I guess, critiquing your own data, merging data together, building it quickly. You could put it into Power BI here, and then you can start putting these kind of Power Pivot filters on here as well. I guess Excel Online is a lot easier to use than Power BI, and the point is it's showing you lots of different ways of taking the data out of the system, and then using that data for reporting purposes. Okay. So you can save it, you can export it to PowerPoint, you can publish it to your website if you really want to, or you can embed it into SharePoint Online as well. You can print it, go back to old school printers, and you can download the PYX file as well and share that, or you can even put it into a PDF and share it with your management team. All right. In this case, I think we're going to go move it into PowerPoint. So this is how you export into PowerPoint, and you know that you can take a Power BI report, export into PowerPoint, and then present it at your next annual accounts meeting or whatever it may be. All right. And again, these are just the same cut of reports that are available from Power BI exported into PowerPoint. All right. You've got drill down ability as well, so you can actually go up and down the system. So this is 2019, 2018, your net change actual, all the stats you want. I guess this is quite intrinsic and quite complicated for smaller businesses. Normally you just see like a turnover, gross profit, net profit, operating costs, all those kind of things as well, corporation tax maybe. But this is obviously talking about the change and the variance in each year, and you can break that down by quarter as well. So that's a bit of an insight into how you could use the drill down capability in Power BI to surface some KPI details and reports. And then customers, so CRM and Business Central is a mini CRM itself. So you can actually have all your customers, all your accounts, all your projects, all in one solution. It's really about bringing it into everything, into one place. And this is really about kind of surfacing all the data into this one single source of truth, right? So next one is customers. So here you can see that you've got, in this example, we've got 6 customers, not many, but you can see quite quickly the balance of a customer if you want to. In my example, it's probably not really a customer in reality that has a balance. It's more of an account, but it's just different terminology really. But you can see here the School of Fine Art it has a balance of £55,000 or dollars in this example. All right. So you can then go and open the customer statements and go and see exactly what what that customer, the breakdown of balance is. So it might be sales, adjusted sales, it might be this year, to date. You can see the types of forms and reports that are coming up onto this system here. All right. And then managing the business. So the last kind of use case to simplistically take you guys through is understanding exactly the cash balances and reporting from these as well. So I'm just going to quickly go into here. So Excel reports. So in Xero that we used to use, you could do trial balance, you could do your cash flow statements, your income statements, your kind of age accounts receivables, all that kind of stuff as well. So we'll just click on that quickly as an example. So you can bring this out into Excel. Instead of using Power BI, you can bring it out into Excel and start reporting on all this information. So, it really has, for people who haven't heard of Business Central, it really is that kind of Xero, Sage, QuickBooks, I think is the other one, elevated and all available within Microsoft 365, which is something that we like to show. You can do a quick search as well. So one of the things that if you don't really know where the item is, it's not a customer or a vendor, it might be a kind of transaction, you just want to search for a word, you can do that in here. In this example, they're searching for a report, so a customer balance, and then you can do a trial balance then in here as well. So bring it out in PDF, give me the customer trial balance for this customer, and then you can do what you want with this. You can export it or send it on to whoever you need to send it on to. All right. So really, as an owner of the business, the benefits to me, I guess, of Business Central is increased productivity, better business decisions, and it's quickly and easily identifiable trends, and it's spending less time searching, and actually, in reality, for me, spending less time in going into different systems. So less time going into Xero, exporting into Excel, and integrating with Project Online, and all that mess. It's just painful. It really is one-stop shop for managing the business, really. All right, so that's as the owner's perception and the owner's view. So now I'm going to go into the accountant's view, but I guess I'm not an accountant, so you'll have to bear with me. But what we're going to talk about is quick access to the financials. So this is a third-party accountant coming into your Business Central environment. Add a new account to the general ledger, and then enter journal expenses, manual and Excel imports as well, and analyzing your accounts. All right, so I will say I'm not an accountant, so I'll do my best on this one. But yeah, I guess here this is slightly different. It looks the same as the other home page, but as an accountant, you can assign it as the system to your accountant, and then they can pick and choose what tiles or what reports they want available in as they land on Business Central. All right, so it is tailored to what they need as an accountant. And then the reports here, again, a little bit different, but using the same technology. So you've got your cash flow, you've got your account analysis, and then you've got your your account numbers and so on and so forth. All right, so you've got the vendors, the accounts, and you can see what's here. It is a lot of information available to hand. So there's a business assistance, which is age accounts receivables. So you can see actually who you need to go chasing, and you've got your availability of reports through a specific inbox as well. All right, so the cash flow forecast as well, where you need to. You can actually click on those, so you can click on these and it'll pop up with a little a box to say actually this is the customer ledger, and these are the documents, the invoices, the amounts, who the customer is, the email of the customer as well, the due date, and all those other attributes of this entry here. All right, so if we go to April, what we could do is we could just, like in Power BI, when you hover over a card, it shows you all the attributes of that value, I guess, in the bar chart. So it is really using Power BI to bring that information to light and to surface the kind of information at a touch of a button. So you're not even have to go out into the Power BI system. You can actually just do it from Business Central itself. All right, so back to the chart of accounts. And you can just see all the account charters here, and you can change these from this page as well, and you can start grouping them and going forward. So you can actually select all of them as well. You can copy them, you can take them out into Excel, you can do crazy stuff here. So I'm just going to quickly show you. This gets a bit complicated at this point for me. So yeah, I think let's just go and run a trial balance at the same time. So you can see the detail here as well. So it's just another way of getting the information out using a trial balance, pulling the information out, getting into Excel, You can then PDF this, email it to the audit team or whatever it needs to be. All right. Reports. So you've got different types of reports. You've got financial statements. You've got the Excel reports, and you can do your conciliations as well. Run consolidations for Black, and then you can bring everything out into Excel. In this case, we'll just do a balance sheet report here as well. All right. Whoop, my screen's just gone black. Hopefully it comes back. Yes. So this is bringing all the information out of the system. Again, just another example of how you create your balance sheet on the fly. It's quite easy to do. All right. The next one is to add a new account to the general ledger. So we're just going to go through this very quickly, how you would do this in this system. So it's chart of accounts, and then you can actually go and add them into this system here. You can do a couple of shortcuts, and you can search for the chart of accounts that's not here at the moment. And if you click new, and the card comes up, and you can start entering the information required, the unique number. If you're accountant, you'll know that better than me. All these great things here. So you've got the name. Is it an income or is it balance? The kind of the categories against all this stuff, and then it appears in your chart of accounts. All right. All the settings are available here. I've really used Business Central now for a while, and just actually find it with these buttons on this side of the system actually more complicated than it needs to be for me. But the accountants love it, so that's the most important thing. So what we're going to do now is just enter a journal. So we could go back to chart of accounts. I'm just going to go back because I recap on that. Go to the next one. Enter a journal and expense. So this is going to show you how you would enter a journal into the system. Here we go, and then you can step through the sequence of entering the account number, the amount of debit, and the amount of credit as well on the other side. So this is more detailed than I use the system for at the moment, but this is how the accounts team can add journals into the system where required. All right. The next piece is really about more of it's a general journal, but I'm not going to go into too much detail on this. I'm going to skip through it very quickly because it's probably too complicated for most people on the call today, and especially me. But this is how they're doing it in Excel, and you can see here they're using the Microsoft Dynamics Office add-in as well, so you can publish this back into Business Central, if you need to, if you wanted to mass edit journals or even any record, you can mass edit it and bring it back into Business Central. And then the last one is analyzing the account. So you've got your favorite accounts you can log here, and you can start tagging these as your favorite accounts, and you can start searching on certain information, certain attributes as you wish, really, in the system. Okay. This is where I guess the system is used by multiple different people. So as a business owner, I'm not really worried about journals and general ledgers and that kind of stuff. That's the accountant, but the accountant is there feeding information from the customers and the accounts and the invoices and the purchases that are all going into the same system, and we're not having to use different systems and use Excel too much in this example. So the benefits are, I guess, we can reduce the number of clicks, we can reduce the number of systems, we can improve control of the data and the businesses, and we can limit errors, ensure the correct data is added. So if there's a reason for that expense or that ledger to be, or journal to be put into place, then it's actually linked and it's audited and it's all in one place, and the accountant is happy, which makes the business owner happy. So the project manager, this is the stuff that can be used within Business Central. At Architect, we don't use this. We use our own IcoPlan, which is our own kind of project management solution, but that allows us to integrate and it connects to this system. But this is the out-of-the-box way of how you would create a job, enter time for a job, improve the timesheets, approve the timesheets, create a job journal, and invoice the customer as well. So we'll just step through this bit by bit, really. All right, so you can, if you're a project manager, in this example, you're landing on this page, you're seeing your work in progress, your total budget, your tasks that are assigned, your timesheets that are due. So, if you're doing simple project management, you can do it in here. Or, as I say, connect your own service in there as well. If you scroll down, then you've got your jobs that you're doing. So jobs are like projects in some cases, or they could be work packages as part of a wider project, and we can configure it to have those layers. You could even put programs, projects, and work packages in this as well, and do a P&L on each of them. But it depends how detailed you want to go. So you've got your actual versus your budget, you've got your actual cost versus your budgeted cost, versus your price on the right hand side there. So you can do things like profitability matrix on the left hand side, and so on and so forth. All right. So if you want to create a new job, we could just go to new, create a new job, and then you can create it from an existing job, yes or no. You could put a description. Is it a bill to the customer? If so, what is the customer number? And so on and so forth. And then you can go through the process of saying, well, do you want to copy from an existing job? Do you want to copy the tasks? Might be in this case a reception area remodel, and then you can start and end date. ID, do a work breakdown structure in this example, and you can start pricing up each of these individual tasks within a project. All right, and again, as I said, you could do programs, you could do work packages and projects and link them all together as well. This system allows you to manage a project from start to finish. It isn't comprehensive. It isn't like Microsoft Project per se, and it hasn't got much in terms of risk management. But again, that's the value of it, is we could bolt in risk management solutions, lessons kind of modules into it as well. You could even bolt Planner or a custom project operations module into this if you wish. But per project, then you could do things like understand the resources required, the costs associated to them. Have you got a billable product that you're selling on, or have you got time and materials, or even expenses, and really start capturing all the different prices or costs attributed to a project, and then how you're recharging that to the customer. Timesheet. So if projects are you're using resources to track the time, or to bill the customer, you can do that here. So you can add a user coming in to do their timesheet. This is Linda in this case, and she's going to go and fill out a timesheet, adding time to the new office remodel project, and which job task. So this is the project, that's the task, the consulting, and then she's adding the hours that she's working in each of these tasks into Business Central. Right. The next step in the process is approving the timesheet. So as a line manager, or a project owner or account manager, you can review all the time that's been sent to you, and then you can go and look at approving the time, yes or no. All right, and you can see here the status has been approved because a line manager, in theory, in this example, has approved the timesheet. All right, and then you can create a job journal. So we're just going to go steps through this very quickly, just conscious of time. But you can create these journals in this case from different timesheets, and you're basically moving time around here between projects. It might be posted incorrectly, whatever it needs. But you can audit through all the costs of the project, all the way through to the P&L really. And then invoicing the customer, which is the most important part. If you're in a professional services company like Architect or any other small company, really, is invoicing the customer. And here you can create the invoices based on all the time in the project, both resource plus materials, and so on and so forth. All right. So here is the invoice that's being created, and we're going to go post the invoice. And then you can choose to send it or not send it, those type of things, and have it go through a approval process as well. That might be comprehensive or complex. But here we go. Here's the external invoice that's being created. There's the two job items, the hours, the unit prices, and so on and so forth. So not having to kind of take timesheet data, which is what we used to do, and go and put it into Xero, and then put it into Power BI or into a PDF document, that might have human error and inconsistencies. It's all having it in one place available to hand. All right. So for a project manager, the benefits are increased productivity, spending less time on data entry, I guess, allowing you to make focused, make better decisions, and quickly create and manage customer projects. All right. So it's a simple project management tool. I wouldn't go crazy and say it's an enterprise-wide project management solution, but you can use it for the management of those projects. So for me, the benefits of Business Central really are in these 5 areas. The first being that Business Central is a true SaaS cloud application, which provides a scalable and cost-effective option to organizations who, now more than ever, need to be agile and respond to social and economic challenges. That's a big word, a big paragraph, isn't it? But really, it's about ease of being on the cloud, all the security, all the controls that come into place, and being able to access it from all the other devices as well. So, using a URL, it's within the 365 kind of ecosystem, so you can connect it very easily to Outlook, to your calendar. You could do loads of things with Business Central. I've really just scratched the surface here on what it could do, but accessibility and cloud hosting is really one of the benefits for us and for the customers that use it. I think if I was going to give you the biggest benefit, it would be integration. So, it's a single source of truth, but it integrates with 365, Teams, Power BI, Power Automate. So it's enabling a truly connected organization. It really has all the power of the Microsoft ecosystem behind it. So you can connect it to, your old server, say in a room somewhere that's got an old rostering platform or rostering kind of timesheeting solution. You could do that. We could integrate it and bring it in, and all the invoices would be generated off that rostering and timesheeting solution that is maybe archaic, old, but really critical to your business because you can't change it. So that's really important to me. Is one of the key benefits of Business Central is the integration capability. AI, I think it's one of the benefits, I guess, to have some built-in intelligence. It's designed to save you time and resources, but just having it all in one place is really good for me. And the flexibility, so you can develop your own apps that easily tailor the application to fit specific needs of the organization without the need for heavy programming skills. So, we could go and build an application for you to go and do desk booking, for example, or desk charging if you had a specific requirement, or even hiring of machinery, for example. But how you could generate revenue from that and book those machines out, for example. But we're not using our own custom code to do that. We're just configuring Business Central to do that for you. So that's one of the key benefits there, really. So yeah, in summary, it's a cloud service, the accessibility, integration, AI, and flexibility are all the key benefits of Business Central. And as I say, I've really just scratched the surface of what you could do in Business Central over this session today. But yeah, thanks for attending. It's much appreciated. We will share this on YouTube. Hopefully people who weren't able to make it today can go and consume it on YouTube. Give us a call, drop us an email, or follow us on any of the social channels for our next event. And we look forward to seeing you in the very near future. Hope you have a great day. Thanks for joining, and catch up on the next one. Cheers.